ABC4 News at 10 starts now.
Welcome to ABC4 News at 10. I'm Brian McElhatton.
And I'm Sarah Murphy. Thanks for being with us here on your Thursday night. Tonight, protests are ramping up against the Trump administration, including right here in Salt Lake City.
That's right. We'll get to that in just one moment. But first, in Los Angeles today, a senator was forcefully removed from a press conference there, in handcuffs. He says he was trying to confront Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem over ICE arresting people there without criminal records. And a federal judge ruled President Trump deploying the National Guard to Los Angeles was illegal. That court said Trump must return control of the Guard to California Governor Gavin Newsom by noon tomorrow. But just moments ago, an appeals court issued a temporary stay of that order, meaning the federalized Guard troops will remain under President Trump's control, at least for now.
A lot of developments coming in on that. In the meantime, here in Utah, the demonstrations against ICE, they've made it to the Beehive State. We saw hundreds of protesters in Washington Square Park this evening.
We saw them marching on the streets, too. Our Jordan Tracy was there as this all unfolded. He joins us live from Washington Square with what he saw. Hi, Jordan.
Well, Brian and Sarah, it was a crowd that continued to grow and grow as the night came on. And now that crowd is mostly dissipated. There's now a bus that is completely obstructing our view of that crowd, but it has kind of slowed down. They've now congregated on the corner of State Street and 400 South. Let's take a look at that crowd now that the bus has come by. It's a smaller crowd now, but they are still demonstrating on the streets. It was a mostly peaceful protest and demonstration, making their voices heard about immigration and deportation, but there was one brief instance of instigated violence.
You gonna let them scare us? No!
Pro-immigration and anti-ICE chants rang out in Washington Square as demonstrators holding signs made their voices heard.
People are showing up, and they're doing it peacefully, and they're showing that we can do this the right way, and they need to listen to the people, especially a red state where, you think that not as much people as we see today are going to show up. I mean, they're here.
The protest, one of many planned in response to the images out of California after ICE raids in Los Angeles County.
They instigated it. People were frustrated. It was a puddle of gasoline, and Trump's people came in and put a match on it.
Come from a small town in California where it's nothing but farmers, so I've seen what they have to go through. My family did farm work. My husband's family did farm work. I mean, we're very familiar with that situation, and it's just disheartening how we're getting treated.
There were two counter-protesters at the beginning of the protest. We spoke to one before brief chaos broke out.
ICE, let them do their job, okay? If you came here illegally, you have to go back, okay? We're not trying to kick anybody out on purpose. We're just following the law, okay? All these people out here, I think they're stupid, okay? He's just doing his job.
Then this happened. The vast majority of the protest was peaceful, as one veteran explained why she joined the crowd.
As a veteran, I know how important my military brothers and sisters were to all the times that we have tried to protect basic freedoms of humanity.
Now, that moment we showed you there was really only a brief moment, maybe 10 minutes of the several-hour protest as they were separated by police from the counter-protesters, and they ended up leaving the protest. Now, police have also said within the last 90 minutes that mostly this has been a peaceful demonstration. They did have one example of vandalism of a Tesla that they are investigating. Of course, the assaults that you did see there on video that we showed you, and then some minor medical emergencies as that march took place in the streets. But again, that demonstration still seemingly taking place as cars go by, beeping, honking their support at that crowd there behind us. Reporting live in downtown Salt Lake City, Jordan Tracy, ABC4 News.